trying to work during this time was a challenge. We parked in a parking garage, and news reporters were canvassing the parking garage with their news cameras camouflaged with overcoats. It was winter. So they'd throw a trench coat over this big news camera and try and walk aimlessly through a parking garage. It's like, because they were trying to get Skilling or Lay or Fast Hours. I mean, they weren't trying to get me, but you walk through there and you go, this is surreal.
It was just awful. You couldn't leave the building and get fresh air because of every door was covered by reporters.
I'm not kidding. I mean, there were probably 50 or 60 news reporters camped out on the grounds across the street from Enron all day long, every day. So you couldn't walk out to go to lunch that you didn't have news cameras. But they followed people to buses. They followed people trying to go home from work. What's it like? What's it like? What's it like? I mean, it was ludicrous how many news reporters we had. And granted, it was top news. Tourists, Japanese tourists that would come pose in front of the Enron sign. And it was totally, they talk about a media circus. It was a circus. So we stayed confined to the building or used the tunnel system to get from point A to point B because you were just attacked. And they were just hungry for anything, anybody that survived the building was like, you want to interview people from the 9/11 collapse or something, you know, it's like, we must have the story. One day, as we were going to lunch, we saw Jesse Jackson standing out across the street in front of Antioch, the church that was across the street from us. News cameras all focused on him, employees around him. I don't even know what his motivation was, except it's typical to get involved in the press if something's going on. I mean, he was actually mean to those employees. He was ordering them around when they needed to appear, when they needed to get off the stage. I mean, he was not being, it was bizarre. It was bizarre.